Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ben Friedman here, and today we are going to pilot a league with a an interesting deck that my team practiced with a lot during the Pro Tour, and I'm interested in seeing how it stacks up against the current metagame because I think that some of the interactions present in this deck might make it a contender. Now, this is basically a black-red madness deck. It's playing kind of a fairly straightforward core of red and black aggressive cards, removal and burn. And then it has the key to the city, which is kind of the unique card that hasn't seen enough play, in my opinion, lately. And that's partially because it is so good against Ishkana Graph Widow. So let's go through the list and get down to the numbers. We see here Inventor's Apprentice is obviously, the one drop of choice here, and then we have Bomat Courier. I chose not to play with Insolent Neonate, but I could see that being a mistake. In my experience, having additional artifacts to turn on the Apprentice, as well as Unlicensed Disintegration, and the ability on Bomat Courier is actually not bad at all. I think that it will prove worthwhile, but we'll see. We've got two Asylum Visitors, another Madness card that works very well with Key to the City. Key to the City is especially important in a metagame defined by cards like Ishkana. We want to be able to get through it because there aren't any good sweepers in the format. Ishkana has taken the default role of a huge roadblock that the mid-range and control decks play in order to stop all of the aggressive starts. And it's great because it stops flyers also, so there's no real evasion around it. Well, there is evasion around it, and it's right here in this little key. So we're going to see if that is meaningful in our testing games, if we can actually get through Ishkana with the key to the city. We've also got, obviously, 4 Scrapheap Scrounger and 4 Smuggler's Copter as the most important 2-drops in the deck. Then we followed up with Pia Nalaar. Pia makes an excellent pilot for Smuggler's Copter in the Thopter token. We've got 4 Fiery Temper, which has excellent synergy with Copter and Key. 4 Unlicensed Disintegration, which is, it's murder plus Lava Spike you, which is very, very important for our deck, as we want to have this reach. We've got 3 Cultivator's Caravans. I've been pretty impressed with the Caravan, and I'm especially interested in making the Caravan fly through with the key to the city and smack my opponent for 5. We've also got 2 Grasp of Darkness and 2 Goblin Dark-Dwellers in our kind of flex slots. I'm pretty interested in Dark-Dwellers, especially as kind of a power hitter in the late game to give us additional removal spells and additional reach. It's also a nice one to make unblockable with Key to the City. So we'll see how it works out. In the sideboard, we've got 3 Galvanic Bombardment. Not my favorite number, but I want to have some additional early removal, as well as Weaver of Lightning. This is for the blue-white flash matchup. We're going to have a ton of cheap removal here. We're going to have removal like in Grasp of Darkness that actually doesn't care about Avacyn and doesn't care about Selfless Spirit, which is important because we want to not have to worry about those cards and be able to break up our opponent's synergies with Spell Queller, Archangel Avacyn, and Selfless Spirit. Selfless Spirit can protect the Queller. Selfless Spirit can trigger the Avacyn. It does a lot, and we don't want to be flustered by it. So we've got Weaver of Lightning, we've got Grasp of Darkness. We've also incidentally got Liliana as hate for Selfless Spirit, as well as just being a decent card against aggressive decks in general, since there are actually a surprising number of X1s getting played these days. We have 3 Transgress the Minds, which those come in against Black-Green Delirium, along with the Lilianas. The Lilianas come in just as additional... it's a card that I can ultimate that the opponent has a pretty hard time actually attacking down. So I'd like to see it as a potential alternative game plan against the control deck. And then we've got 2 Kalitas. Kalitas is important against opposing graveyard synergy decks. So we're going to see what shakes out here when we fire up a league, and I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm not 100% that this deck is great, but I'm cautiously optimistic. Let's check it out.